Let's catch up some Spurs news and notes and talk about draft prospect, Mr. Zaccharie Risacher.
You are Locked On Spurs, your daily San Antonio Spurs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, welcome back to Locked On Spurs, right here on the Locked On NBA Network. I'm your host, Jeff Garcia, Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Glad to have y'all back. Hope the offseason's treating you well. I know it just started, but hey, there's a lot of exciting NBA games going on right now in the postseason. So hope you're enjoying that, everybody. Hey, as always, we appreciate you subscribing wherever you get your favorite podcast, Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, Ken's 5 Plus app. The list goes on and on. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150. Win or lose, visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. What are we talking about today? I'm going to catch up with some brief Spurs news and notes a little bit right now. And then bring in our guest, Jack Thompson, formerly with San Antonio Sports Star. We're going to put in the spotlight draft prospect Zaccharie Risacher. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The French kid, basically. We'll be discussing pros, cons, should the Spurs get him with one of their picks in this upcoming draft, and so much more. And then he's also going to keep us up to date on what's going on in the mock drafts, who are the risers, who are the fallers, all that good stuff. But first, some Spurs news and notes that you remember. I've been talking about those Wemby Funko Pops. They're now available. Yes, you can go order them right now. I believe it's on Amazon. They go for $12.99. And yeah, go order them right now. I know y'all seen them by now. They're not that great, but it's a start. Hey, you can say, hey, you got Wemby's first Funko Pop. I'm pretty sure they have different variations as his career unfolds. But it's available if you want to get it. Go get it right now. In other Spurs news, the rumor mill is starting to churn up a bit regarding your silver and black now. Heads up, we're going to have a bigger conversation on this this week on Locked On Spurs. But NBC Sports, is reporting, according to their sources, that the Spurs don't see Trae Young as a fit with Wembanyama, that they rather target DeJounte Murray. Now, quickly, DeJounte Murray, it's not the first time we heard that about a reunion. Recall this past season at the trade deadline, there were reports that the Spurs were doing exploratory interest regarding the availability of DeJounte, but it looks like that may be back on the table. As far as Trae Young, he checks all the boxes: all-star guard, facilitator, scorer, can spread the court, defensive suspect, but we got Wemby there who just cleans up all messes defensively. Who knows what the Spurs are doing? Maybe it's smoke and mirrors. Again, we'll talk about that in an upcoming Locked On Spurs show. I think it's going to be this week. So I'm just giving you quickly some Spurs news and notes. So there's that one. Also, there's another report floating out that the Spurs could also target Chris Paul. Again, we'll talk about that later on in this week or sometime soon on Locked On Spurs. But again, veteran point guard, but he is definitely in the back end of his career. Maybe not that same impact player as he was. Definitely not doing much for Phoenix right now. For Golden State last season for their team. But yeah, interesting to see. Let the rumor mills begin, huh? Let it start churning. In other Spurs news, I finally released it. Yes, my chat with Tre Jones. So I was able to speak with him during the Spurs exit interviews, and we talked about what he would like to see improve. Now, it's on the kensfi.com/Spurs right now. You can go read up on it. But he told me two key areas that he wants to focus on: leadership and the obvious three-point shooting. It's a great article. I highly advise y'all to go check it out. Again, kensfi.com/Spurs. So yeah, he's looking to take advantage of the offseason to build more of an on-court impact next season. I think, he's a quality point guard. I think he's okay right now for the rebuild, but we'll see. Obviously, point guards are at top of the list according to the rumor mill. We mentioned DeJounte, we mentioned Trae Young, there's Chris Paul. So Spurs, if they're going that direction, maybe they want to give Tre Jones another round, another shot. Well, who knows? Again, future episodes of Locked On Spurs. All right, there's your quick Spurs news and notes. When we get back, we're going to bring in our guest, Jack Thompson, formerly of San Antonio Sports Star. He's going to be discussing with us the latest mock drafts, the risers, the fallers. Then we're going to put in focus Zaccharie Risacher if the Spurs should go get him. Hey, you want to put mom in a better mood, maybe put a smile on her face, start Mother's Days with flowers, or surprise her with gifts from the brand she loves, delivered by the very same day with DoorDash. Moms are a gift. Give her the best Mother's Day gift. Gifts get as thoughtful as she is, with DoorDash. Select from hundreds of expertly crafted boutiques of the best from tech to self-care essentials and more delivered right to her door. This Mother's Day, get something thoughtful for your mom on DoorDash. Surprise her from, well, wherever you find the freshest bouquets, the latest texts, gift cards, self-care treats, so much more. It'll make her day better. It's never too late to show mom your love this Mother's Day with DoorDash. Again, give those surprises that you know will make her smile, but only with DoorDash. So if she has a sweet tooth, they got candies. If she likes some food, that favorite restaurants, have it delivered to her with DoorDash. She's a beauty connoisseur. DoorDash, there we go again. How about a bookstore gift card? Yeah, they got that too. Good latte? Check. So yeah, they got it all at DoorDash. Get you ready for Mother's Day. Shop with savings that would make her proud with DoorDash membership as well. You'll save with a $0 delivery fee, reduced service fees on eligible orders from Dash Pass merchants that meet the minimum subtotal. Other fees apply, terms apply. So basically, they got it all there. Get those thoughtful gifts for your mom. Choose same-day delivery or schedule a week ahead for when flowers and gifts should arrive to her door with DoorDash. Get all your Mother's Day's gift all in one place. Get 50% off your next order up to $15 when you spend 15 or more bucks on your next flower convenience store or retail order now with code LOCKEDONNBA. That's LOCKEDONNBA. Order using DoorDash today. Terms apply. I want to talk about Monopoly Go. Look, I've been told I'm a competitive person. I don't think so. Maybe you think it's true. I don't believe. Okay, fine. Maybe I'm a little competitive. Look, we all have our competitive side. We all do. And my competitive side is a big fan of Monopoly Go. I'm sure you heard of it. It's been downloaded by over 150 million times. It's a great twist on the Monopoly game where you play not on one, but hundreds of Monopoly boards in crazy locations, building up amazing cities that bring you big money. The best part of it, you're just messing around with friends. You're just having some fun. You can charge them rent on iconic properties just like classic Monopoly. But now you can heist their vaults for riches for yourself. And leaderboards that show you who is the biggest Monopoly tycoon out there. They got it all. They have some fun. Go get Monopoly Go right now. So you have a competitive side. You'll definitely love it. You can team up with friends, meet people around the world, get in time tournaments, huge rewards, get in the game action right now. Go join your friends. Download Monopoly Go right now. Now for free on the App Store or Google Play.
Hey, this is Hot Rod.
And I'm RC from the Cybertron Spurs.
And you're listening to Locked On Spurs with Jeff Garcia.
And we're now back right here, joined by Jack Thompson. Make sure to follow him on X at Jack_Thompson33. He is formerly with San Antonio Sports Star, and he is our go-to guy for all things college basketball, NBA draft, mock drafts, foreign players. He's going to be discussing all that and more, including the spotlight on the French guy, Zaccharie Risacher. Hope I pronounced that right, Jack. Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jeff. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. Just waiting for that draft lottery. The NBA announced the
Yeah.
Spurs' official odds at winning it, 10.5%. Same as last year, Jack. Maybe that's a good
I'll take it.
omen.
I'll take it. I'll
I'll take it, yeah. All right, well, for those who are obviously following the lottery, the draft odds, college prospects, just NBA draft prospects, one name that's been surfacing a lot lately is the French guy, Zaccharie Risacher. He's in the top 10-ish. I'm going to say top 10 general. Jack, I know you'll correct me on where he's falling. But there seems to be it seems to be split. He seems to be a very dividing player. Some say you grab him, you get him. Some even project him going as number one or as high as the top three pick. But then you see some that say pass on him. No, it's not going to be worth it. He's not going to pan out. Let's put him in focus. Are there any pros or any cons for the Spurs to get him with their first round pick, which is likely going to be a top 10?
I mean, I definitely don't see there being any, real cons that you could point out right now. I mean, sure, he's physically not, in terms of like physicality, he needs a ways to go. You could say he's maybe a little soft at this moment in time, but again, he's a kid, but he has been playing pro for several years, so he knows what it's like to, go in there and lace it up with grown men. So I mean, I wouldn't say that there's any cons. to drafting him. He looks like a very good prospect. He's, 6'8", prototype wing that you're looking for in the league right now. Got a lot of skill, can shoot the ball really well. I would absolutely take a flyer on him. There's 3 players that I want with our, top pick, and he's definitely one of them.
Yeah. Again, you'll get into the mock drafts later, but kind of a sneak preview here. There's some that say he could be a number 1 pick. Is that reaching?
I wouldn't say that it's reaching for a couple reasons. One, I mean, he's a great prospect. 6'8", like I said, 18 years old, 19 years old, been playing pro for 4 or 5 years. He's got some development for sure, and he needs to add, muscle to his frame. But again, that'll come with just becoming a man. So
Right.
no, I don't think that that's reaching for that. And also, in terms of, the power of this draft, it's not the strongest draft we've seen by
Yeah.
any stretch. So
Yeah.
it's tough to say who's, number 1. Is it Sar? Is it Topich? Is it Risacher? Is it Buzelis? I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
I'm sure every NBA team has, their board looks completely different because this draft is so wide open. So no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that it's a reach to take him at 1.
Well, look, he's again, we know that he's going to fall somewhere in the top 10 more than likely. And let's just say the Spurs do get him with their pick. It sounds to me, Jack, that you're dancing around the word project. It sounds like he could be a project player.
I
And
mean, it
the
looks
Spurs,
like everyone in this draft is a project. I'm not sure anyone comes right in and
yeah,
just dominates. I mean, I'm sure there'll probably be guys we're not even talking about. I think could be these guys, but there's not a bona fide like you look at next year's draft. Cooper Flag is, he's as high a tilted a prospect as Zion, and he's right there under Wemby. There's no one even comes close to that in this draft.
yeah. But okay, whether it's Zachary, whether it's somebody else, it sounds to me, as you mentioned, you're saying project player, this, and I guess the Spurs don't have a choice. It is what it is. They're in the draft. They got to burn a draft
Mm-hmm.
pick soon. But is this a draft where you could probably see Zachary or any other top 10 player maybe spend some time in the G League?
I mean, no, I mean that's possible, but I think that would be stupid. You got to throw him out there. You're getting a guy this guy's already played pro for 4 or 5
Hmm.
years. If we're drafting Risache or Topit or, Sar or even Buzelis or Ronald Holland, I mean, those are all guys that have been playing pro. They've been playing G League players. They've been playing pro overseas. No reason to throw them back into the G League against, the level of competition that they've already been playing against. It's time for them to rise in their level of competition.
Hmm.
So I think it would be a disservice to them to throw them in the G,
Yeah,
at
now
least for
recently,
extended period of time.
yeah, well, Risacher recently did announce officially that he put his name in the NBA draft lottery. He's in it. He averaged 10.4 points per game, 3.4 rebounds for JL Borg. I guess that's the French team
Hmm.
he's with, averaging 39% from the 3 line, Jack. And I didn't realize he's 6'10". Is that real?
Nah,
He's a 6'10" guy?
he's 6'8". I wouldn't put him at 6'10". He's
Okay.
tall,
Yeah,
lanky,
well,
athletic.
yeah.
I mean, he's got great IQ, good player. I think he'll be a good pro, but it's tough to see who's going to come out of this bunch as the best.
Yeah, yeah. Are you kind of surprised though that he's rising up in the draft the mock drafts of late? Again, it's going as high as number 1 projected.
No, I'm not
Okay.
shocked at all. I mean, you look at the way the NBA is going. It's 6'8" and above wings that can guard
Mhm.
multiple positions, shoot threes, handle the ball, high basketball IQ, and I mean that's him. He's got all those tools in his bag. It's just about refining everything and growing as a player. And I mean, he could certainly be a very good NBA player for years to come. So no, I'm not
Yeah,
shocked at all that he's risen to number 1.
yeah. Well, according to some breakdowns here, they call him a dynamic shot making player, able to run off screens, shoot off the dribble, and defensive versatility. And I think
Yeah.
he checks all the boxes. That's exactly what the Spurs need: a guy who can shoot the three consistently, a defender, because we know the Spurs just sucked last year in defense and without Wemby on that court, and able to create his own shot, shooting off the dribble. It sounds to me he has all the pieces. So why isn't he? What? I mean, could it come down to like he could be one of those sneaky picks? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to look at the draft like because I see all these write ups and these evaluations about this kid and this kid and that kid, but then I hear the same breath, oh, but this draft sucks. Like, where are we on this? Like,
It's
we're on the
not. It's
spectrum.
not that the draft sucks. It's just we're coming off a draft that had the biggest prospect to ever touch a basketball, and then next year's draft we have the biggest American prospect that we've seen in I don't know. It's got to be since Zion, and
Yeah.
so it's just this draft is just sandwiched in between what could be two sensational drafts, and it's almost like teams are just wanting to get to next year's draft because even outside of flag, there are incredible players in next year's draft. There's at least, I mean, I would say there are probably at least 3 players in that draft that if you put them in this one right now, they would go number 1. And then the guards in next year's class, there's at least 4 or 5 guards that, you could think of as coming in and being your lead guard and changing your franchise. So next year's draft is just phenomenal. So it's almost like people are just bypassing this one and getting ready for next one just because of the 2 generational prospects that have come before and will come after.
Okay, I want to get your opinion on this. Speaking of drafts, last year's and then especially last year's. Now that the dust is settled, the year's been over. Was it really the power draft that many thought it was? Brandon Miller, what happened with him? He had a decent season, but it was a
you
nice
look at what Brandon
opener.
Miller was. Yeah, in the beginning, Brandon Miller was an average rookie, but towards the back end of the season, he really, really started playing ball. He was killing it. I mean, if he had been playing like that all year, he might have been giving Wemby a run for his money at Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And then you look at Scoot again, he started off really bad. And he had some bad games down the stretch too, but he showed glimpses of what he could be, and they were pretty entertaining, pretty high level glimpses of what kind of player he could become. Yeah, but I mean, outside of the top 3, the Thompson twins, they had their moments.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say arguably the 4th best rookie this year was Jaime Jaquez, who came out of UCLA. He's been absolutely tremendous for the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
Keontae George, he was another really good rookie that had a great year. So in terms of what we thought it may become, only 2 players really showed that they're going to be, all NBA, all-star caliber guys in a few years, and that's Brandon Miller and obviously Wemby.
Yeah. Well, as far as Risacher, we're putting him in focus right now. It sounds like he's going to be a good player. I want to say tremendous player, but maybe he'll get there. Who knows? But at the same time, it's just really tough to tell. But the Spurs could possibly have 2 picks. Possibly, we'll find out if that happens during the draft lottery. Yeah, exactly. Before we switch to now talking about mock drafts in a bit, you still standing with your position? Whether where do you stand at? Trade out, trade up, trade down, get out of the draft completely. What do you think the Spurs should do?
Well, I would say if we have the chance to take Matas, Risacher, and Topitz, I would say. I might throw Cody Williams in there as well. If we get 2 picks and we have the availability to land 2 of those guys, take it. But if that first pick, we take, say, one of the big wings in Risacher or Matas, and then we come back down to what it would be the 7th pick or the 6th pick. Which one would be ours if it's the Raptors? 7th or outside?
Toronto, right. Toronto's top 6 protected. So 6 and
Yeah.
above, the Spurs don't get. 7
So
below.
got
Yeah.
you. So if we get a pick outside 7 and there's no more Topit or maybe Cody Williams, then I would trade that pick. Certainly, I would trade that second pick. But I'm taking the first one because as long as we can get into that top 4 and get Matas, Risacher, or Topit. But really, I want one of the two big wings, Matas
Mhm.
and Buzelis from the G League Ignite, and then Risache, the French kid. Those are the two on the top of my board. So I'm definitely, if I can get one of them, I'm taking them. And if I have that second pick and Topit or Cody Williams is not available, then I'm probably going to trade out of it and try and get some either more picks or a solid vet.
Yeah. Well, he is Jack Thompson. Make sure to follow him on X at Jack_Thompson33. He's our go-to guy for all things NBA draft, lottery, draft itself, prospects, all that good stuff. When we get back, he's going to tell us what's going on with mock drafts. How dramatic have they been changing? Are they standing pat? Who's moving up? Who's moving down? That's coming up next right here on Locked On Spurs. I want to talk about FanDuel right now. It's playoff time in the NBA and the NHL. Baseball's in full swing, and FanDuel is your place to bet on every game. Right now, new customers get themselves $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150, win or lose again, guaranteed. Bet on everything from slap shots to home runs to slam dunks to layup to fast breaks. They got it all on an app that is safe, secure, easy to use. So what are you waiting for? You want to visit FanDuel.com/lockedon right now. Make your first bet an automatic win. Look, it's so much fun. It's user friendly, easy to download. You can show it off with your friends, saying what you look what I'm betting on today at FanDuel. It's just a great app to have. You can enjoy it while you're watching your favorite sports, leagues, teams, players in action. Again, what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon right now. Make that first bet an automatic win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. This show episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Look, you want to give BetterHelp a try right now. Look, sometimes you have ups and downs in life. Sometimes you're doing things that you need corrected. BetterHelp comes in. If you're doing things that are right, BetterHelp comes in to keep you on path to doing those right things. Look, sometimes you want to get things off your chest, and it's good to find an unbiased person in your life. That's where BetterHelp comes in. Look, I get it. The Spurs are not in the playoffs right now, and yes, a lot of us are bummed out, but look, sometimes things are bigger than sports. Life gets in the way, whether a situation at work or your personal relationships or something you just want to get better at. That's where BetterHelp comes in. You want to go give it a shot right now. Again, that's BetterHelp. Look, it's entirely online, suited to your schedule. It's flexible. It's all that you need when you want to be a better person. And again, you got bigger problems than sports. I get it. And that's where BetterHelp comes in. So if you're thinking about starting online therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNBA. Get yourself 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNBA. And we're now back, joined by Jack Thompson. Follow him on X at Jack_Thompson33. He is formerly with San Antonio Sports Star, and he's our go-to guy for all things NBA draft lottery, prospects. Yeah, he knows it all. That's why you got to follow him on X right now. By the way, you never answered my text.
I haven't seen any of 97 yet. I'm stuck behind so many shows. I just finished one anime, about to start another one, but I'm gonna try and get to it.
It's kind of hard to avoid spoilers, but I'm pretty sure you knew what happened, right?
Yeah, I've seen some spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough, man. Pledger was on Monday, and I asked him about the infamous episode. Now he said that he's still not over it. He said he's still suffering. He's still dealing with it. He was on the verge of tears, and I felt bad bringing it up. Yeah. All right. And by the way, what anime did you just finish watching?
It's called Solo Leveling.
Okay.
Pretty dope. Yeah, it's one
Sounds
season.
familiar.
It's a new one. I think it's gotten pretty popular as of late. It's pretty good. The action, animation, all really good.
Yeah. I haven't started an anime yet. I need to start a new one. I've been catching up on other stuff. Like I just started watching Fallout. That's so
Yeah,
far.
I've seen the first episode of Fallout.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I can't wait to finish that up. Waiting for the final episode of Shogun. I can't wait for
Hmm.
that to drop. Shogun's been awesome. So been kind of on an anime break a while, but I'm gonna watch that. What's it called? Solo Leveling. I'll check it
Solo
out.
leveling. Yeah, it's
All right,
good.
I'll check it out. All right, so Jack, mock drafts. Everybody loves to watch them. Whether NFL, NBA, MLB, doesn't matter. Mock drafts, fans love them. What is going on with the latest with the mock drafts? What are kind of the players the Spurs are being targeted to target? What's going on? We mentioned kind of teased it a little bit. Risacher climbing up as high as number one, but any other
Hmm.
movement you're watching?
Yeah, I would say the most movement I've seen, is probably Steven Castle, the guard from UConn. He had always kind of cemented himself into that late lottery, maybe right outside. Doesn't really have a great jumper at the moment, but his show in the tournament really bolstered his stock quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's jumped into a lot of top fives. And adverse that has kicked out the two Kentucky guards. They have fallen quite a bit, which makes sense. I mean, I was never a huge proponent of Reed Shepherd or Rob Dillingham being taken that high. So those two have fallen a little bit. Donovan Clingan, the big four, UConn as well. He definitely bolstered his stock. He's jumped into the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Risacher fall and drop in several, so it really just depends on who you're talking to, how much they like him. But he's always in the top 10. Jacoby Walter, the Baylor freshman, was super high on a lot of draft
Mm-hmm.
boards earlier. He's fallen to late lottery. He's still really good. I do like his game. I think he's going to pan out to be very good. Um, but man, I would say Topic, Sar, Matas have all stood strong in that
Mm-hmm.
top five all year. I think one couple sleepers in the draft that I feel like no one's really talking about is one, the other G League Ignite player, Ron Holland. He's uh an athletic phenom, 6'6",
Mm-hmm.
guard, forward, can guard, 1 through 3, maybe 4, because he's just so athletic and strong.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really good showing for the G League Ignite. Um, he needs a lot more work on his shot, but his effort level is just off the charts, and that's just going to translate really well. And I would say one person that everyone has forgotten about is the USC guard, not Bronny James, but Isaiah Collier.
Yeah.
He was top 5 pick prior to getting hurt during the season, where he missed most of USC's season. But man, when he's on the court, he's electric. He's a big, strong guard. He's 6'3", 6'4", but built like a running back.
Yeah.
Super, super thick, super athletic. He's got some, poor man's Baron Davis in him. Big bodyguard, likes to bully you. Good shot maker. Elite at getting to the rim. So Isaiah Collier, he could definitely be someone that people sneak back up, or he sneaks back up into the lottery come draft time, because he's got a lot of potential in his game. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say, biggest fallers, the Kentucky guards falling into the late lottery, as
Mm-hmm.
before they were, top 5 picks, both of them. And I would say biggest riser I've seen a lot of different Dalton connects. The wing from Tennessee, big 6'6", 6'7", elite shooter off the dribble and off the catch. He translates really well into the NBA game. The only thing is, he's a senior. He played
Yeah.
4 or 5 years in college. That seems to have a detriment on your
Yeah.
stock for some reason. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
think
remember the days where that was coveted for you
yeah, that's
guys.
what you
Yeah.
wanted. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense. I don't believe in that. Maybe it shortens your NBA lifespan by a few years, but he's coming in closer to his prime. I think he's one rookie that can come in and maybe not, be a high level player, but he can come in and produce for you because that shooting ability is just so elite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, put you on the spot, Jack. You are the Spurs GM. It's NBA draft night, and surprise, surprise, the Spurs won the draft again, picking number one. Who you taking?
It's tough. It's tough. I think I take.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's tough. This one's tough.
I think I take Matas Bazelis.
Okay.
I like his game so much. He's got, everything you want. High level shooter, high level skill, passing, dribbling. He's 6'10". He's got a lot of room to grow as far as his body goes. So I think pairing him next to Jeremy and Wimby with a front line that would be 6'10", 6'9", and 7 foot, 12, whatever Wimby is, would be really deadly for years to come.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's trying to get into, the top of next year's draft to get Cooper Flag, but it's just, the better Wimby gets, the better we're gonna get, and the worse our odds get. So
Yeah.
I think getting a guy that, could be a lot similar to Cooper Flag in terms of his game, I really like Matas Buzelis for what he could bring to the Spurs. Immediate shooting, length on defense, and guard 1 through 4.
Okay.
I really like what he would bring to the
All
team.
right. Would you flip the tables and push off all the books and papers off the desk if I said my pick would have been Sar?
No, I mean it's super intriguing to have
Yeah.
another 7 foot, really skilled big
Mm.
man alongside Wimby. That could definitely. But then where does Jeremy play?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only thing. Like we
Hey,
bring him
point guard,
Star in, you
Jack. You're
can't
playing
play
point guard.
those two together because they can't. Neither of them can shoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it probably would not happen. It would be intriguing. I mean, it's worked out really well for the uh
Hmm.
the Timberwolves, the two
Yeah.
giants. So yeah, I wouldn't be upset. It would just take, I feel like, a lot more roster reconstruction and construction to make his minutes fit around also Jeremy. And we
Yeah.
had Mamu, who is really showing out towards the end of the season. I want him to get minutes. You got Barlow. You still got Zach Collins. You got to figure out where he's going to play on his big
Charles
contract.
Bassey.
Yeah,
Bassey
you
as
got
well.
Charles Bassey. So we've got a lot of bigs in there to rotate around. We'll see who sticks around, but it would be interesting. I mean, the two French stifle towers would be something to see for sure. I
Yeah.
would not be opposed. It would just be a little bit harder to build the team.
It's all right, Jack. We can put Sohan back at point guard. It's okay.
Not sure if that experiment panned out the way we all wanted it to go.
He is Jack Thompson, formerly with San Antonio Sports Star. Follow him on X at Jack_Thompson33. He'll probably even give you anime suggestions.
Oh
By the way,
yeah.
I gave well, I know the whole debate. What's anime? I just put, how about this? A show. To one of our guests that comes on, Raul Dominguez. He's the AP sports writer based in San Antonio. He's a big anime fan, and I said, "Hey, check out this show." I don't know if you saw this one. It's on Netflix. It's called Seis Manos, Six Hands, translated.
Mm-mm.
Check it out. There's his reaction. He saw it. He texted me, and or I think he posted on social media. He was like, "Thank you, Jeff, for showing me this. This show is incredible. It's
Wow.
short, so
Okay.
you're not going to invest a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
in it. It's like 8 episodes, and they're like real, just bite size, like 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
Traditional
uh,
anime.
Traditional anime, yeah, yeah. It's again that debate. What's anime? Is it the style? Is it where it's made? Is it in Japan or is it in France or stuff like
It's
that?
literally
But
animation. So
yeah, yeah, exactly.
anything is anime that's animated.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. That'll be my
Yeah.
recommendation
Oh
for
yeah.
you. It's kind of an older one, but you'll definitely the art style. Now I'm gonna say it's an exact copy, but the art style is very similar to the Avatar: The Last Bender, like in that
Ooh.
idea.
Nice.
That
Okay.
yeah, that's the art style they use. So, and it's also made by the same people who put together the Castlevania series.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's those people, though, that group, they made this one. It's called Seis Manos, Six Hands. For those that don't speak Spanish like Jack does. Jack lives in San Antonio. I'm pretty sure he picked up a lot of phrases, so he
Yeah.
knows what.
I'm a Mexican by association.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, exactly. But for those of you who don't speak Spanish or live around the culture, that's what I mean. Six Hands, Seis Manos. Go check it out. Think of old school Bruce Lee movies.
Ooh,
Meets like the 70s kind of vibes. Um, yeah, Kill Bill, think Kill Bill mixed in there.
nice. No, it sounds dope. I'll definitely have to give it a look.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And again, as always, follow him on X at Jack_Thompson. He'll talk to your ear off about the draft lottery prospects. Do that right now. Look at that. He's getting ready. See, he's looking out for your follows. See, when he does that, he's looking out for the follows. Give him the follows right now. Hey, thanks for making Locked On Spurs your first listen each and every day. Free and available wherever you get podcasts, iTunes, Ken's 5 Plus app, Spotify. The list goes on and on. We'll be back tomorrow with more Spurs talk as we keep you going through the off season. Eventually we'll slow down, but we're not slowing down quite yet. But so many things to discuss when it comes to your silver and black. Check out Locked On Sports today, a 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. Go subscribe to it right now. We're all there, the national, the local, regional hosts, talking sports 24/7. Locked On Sports today. Go subscribe right now. So for Jack Thompson, I am Jeff Garcia. We're going to put a lock on this episode of Locked On Spurs.